Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Alma and this is Crafting with Soul, and today I'm showing you how I put together this Toy Story banner behind me. So if you guys are interested, don't forget to subscribe and let's jump right in. So once you open up your design space, you're just going to go to a blank canvas. We are going to start off by just going to the images and you just type in banner. You'll see that this is pretty much going to be whatever you decide. So I'm gonna go down and I'm actually gonna choose this one right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and insert. And for the measurements, obviously you're gonna see that it's 2 by 3. We don't want it to be that small because we want it to stand out. So what I'm gonna do is I just took measurements from a different banner that I already had, that I had actually made a while ago. So I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock it. So it is just 4.813 by 7.187. So I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate these. So there's going to be 4 different designs for each of the letters. So it's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So for the first one, it's going to be clouds, and obviously you can do these in any order that you prefer. It's going to be just the cloud background that you see in Toy Story. The next one is going to be a cow background. The next one is going to be the plaid shirt design that Woody wears, and then the last one is going to be just a plain red. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to keep the outside of this pennant the same color. So I'm going to go ahead and just make it this brown. And what I did to make it easier is I just went ahead and I selected it over here on the right side. The first one, I'm just going to turn it blue so that way you guys know that this is the cloud. So you see that the image of the clouds that I uploaded is black. That is just because it is the image that I downloaded from Google, so it doesn't really matter. And so you'll see that they are just a cut file, but it won't let me ungroup them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up a shape. Make sure you just cover up one of the clouds, and I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to slice it. This basically has to be the best tool that you could use on here. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Make this one a little bit smaller as well. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and just duplicate. I'm just going through making sure that they are in the position that I want them in. Now that we have this first pennant done, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to ungroup this. I am going to move the brown out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one here, but we're going to turn it white. So now what we do here is we arrange this one, we send it to the back so that way we can see our clouds. You are going to go through and select all of the clouds individually, and how I do this is I just hold down my command and just go ahead and click over, and we are going to weld them together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, go down here to our trusty little slice. We can remove the clouds that we grouped together or that we welded together, and we can remove this. So now the clouds are going to be cut out on the actual blue paper. So now, easy peasy, we just move the white paper, which is going to be the same size as this. We just put it back there. And we'll throw this one on, send it to the front. And that, like I said, is just going to save you time. You don't have to worry about if the clouds are perfect. And since we're going to be cutting out about 6 of these, it's just going to make it easier. Moving on to the next one, we are just going to go ahead and save this. For this next one, we are going to be doing a cow background. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose the inside and we're just going to go ahead and turn it white. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my images and I'm going to search for a cow. So when I search for a cow, I'm pretty much looking for one that has all the little spots on it that I can just pull out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that cow. I'm going to insert the image. And this is what I mean. And also what you want to look for is an image that you can just ungroup, because then we can just remove these spots right here. And we can get rid of the cow because obviously we just needed those parts. So now that we have them, I'm just going to go ahead and grab them and just place them wherever I want to. Just going to move these around this way. Just unlock the sizing of it and just play around with it. So this one I'm going to move down just a tiny bit. I'm going to squeeze it like that. For this one, I'm actually going to use the same technique that I used for the first one with doing the welding and the slicing, so that way we can just add a black paper to the back, and then the white is going to have the cutout of the cow design, so that way we just put them together and you don't have to sit here and, you know, glue each little black piece together if that's what you prefer. So again, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to ungroup this because I want this one out of my way. We duplicate this part right here, and this one we're just going to turn it black, move it out of the way for now. And we're going to send this one to the back. Holding down your command, you just go over each of these little spots, and we're going to go ahead and just weld them together. We're just going to go here, slice this out. We're going to go ahead and remove the black spot, and you'll see that when you do the slicing, it just literally slices the paper. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of those white, and we're going to place this right here. And this one we're just going to go ahead and send it to the front. The next one we are going to be doing is the Woody shirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just click on the back, and I'm going to change the color of that to blue. Then I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate it. I am going to go through and just pretty much turn it orange just to make it the background of the shirt. But the only thing is that we want only half of this. I'm going to go ahead and send this to the back. And I'm going to ungroup this right here so that way I can move this out of the way. And this is where our slice method comes through one more time for us. So it's going to go pretty much to right there. So now what I'm going to do is I am selecting the blue and the square. And you'll see that our slice option comes up right here. So that way it gives us the blue that we wanted. We know it's just a straight line. And then we can put this right above it. For his plaid shirt, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to images, and I am going to look for squares. Now, what you want to do is obviously you want the squares that are open, kind of like this right here. But just to make it easier on ourselves, we can actually just select this one here. And what we'll be doing is we're just going to go ahead and unlock it. Switch this to a red, and there you have it. And as I mentioned, this last one is just going to be a simple color, so that's going to be easy. We're just going to go ahead, make it red. You cannot forget about the little circles to be cut. And I'm actually going to cut mine inside of the outline. So I'm just going to make one. I'm just going to duplicate it over and over until I have enough. So I just want to make sure that they're pretty much in the same position as they all are, because we want it to be even when we hang our banner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just move this down one more time. I'm going to select the blue and I'm going to select my circles as well. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and attach your circles, so that way when you cut out this color, it is already attaching the circle to be cut with it. And you also want to make sure that you have the circles for the back as well. So I'm going to go here. And we're just going to do the same thing, as we're just going to select the whole image and we are going to attach it. So that way, again, it's cutting out in the same place. So for this here, duplicate your little circles. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just place them one over the other, same spot. So I have two circles here already highlighted. I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to select the white there and just go down and select attach. So here we're just going to select the black one and the two circles and attach. And we can't see that one just because it's on black paper, but we're just gonna move this one to the front and move this one to the front as well. And for the name, I purchased the font from Etsy. I just uploaded the letters that I needed. Go through and just size it down to, you know, whatever I feel is gonna fit best. Go through and resize them all. I unlock my sizing up here for the width. I just go ahead and do 3.152 by 3.765. So I'm just gonna go ahead and resize all of my letters and I'll be back. So now that we have cut out all of our pieces, we're going to be using our Barely Art glue. I really like this glue because it has different little tips that you could use. So I like this fine tip because it would be perfect for these little items right here. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue them by group. That way it just makes it easier for me. And here you can see the clouds are cut out on the blue paper, so that way when we put it together like this and throw this on top, it's gonna turn out just like that. So what I'm going to do with my letters is I am going to just glue down the blue part since they are separate. So I'm going to go ahead. And what I'm going to do with the actual H part is I'm just going to go ahead and use some of my foam tape to give it that 3D effect. So I'm just going to put it down right here as it would go. That way it kind of stands out a little bit, and that way when it's hanging, it doesn't look all flat.